Hello. Today I would like to go through with you two different learning techniques that we can use in our classroom to make our classroom a better learning environment for our students. The first one we're going to look at is enhancement. We're going to define this, and then we're going to ask 3 questions that we can ask to determine whether a technology tool we use in the classroom is enhancing our classroom. The second thing we're going to look at is extension. And again, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to ask 3 questions to see if a tool we use is extending our classroom beyond the classroom. We're going to define these terms, and then we're going to look at 2 technology tools that you can use in your classroom to both enhance and extend your classroom. And this will allow you to broaden the learning environment for your students and make your classroom a better learning place for your students. The first technique that we're going to look at is enhancement. We use this when incorporating technology in the classroom, and it's important because we want to make sure that when we use technology tools, we're not just using them as space fillers to fill time. We want to make sure that they truly are enhancing the time in the classroom for our students. The teacher is the most important part of the classroom with quality of learning. The teacher determines the quality of learning. So when you as a teacher are incorporating technology, you need to make sure that your tools are truly enhancing. A simple definition would be to make things better or simply adding value. And there are 3 questions we can ask to see if a technology tool is enhancing your classroom. The first is, does the tool present the students with a more sophisticated understanding of the content? Or does the tool give them a deeper understanding of the content that they've learned in the lesson that day? Does it allow them to do their own exploring and their own learning? Does it allow them to experience things for themselves and make their own discoveries? Things like that. The second question is, does the tool provide scaffolding abilities for the students? When we talk about scaffolding, we're referring to the 3 tiers in the classroom. So tier 1 would be when you're instructing the entire classroom, everyone is on the same learning level. Tier 2 would include maybe small groups when you have students who are on a different learning level. This is when you can get more individually focused assessments and assistance for the students. Tier 3 has the lowest percentage of students, and that includes when a student has a learning disability and we need to change the types of assessments and objectives that we have for them due to their learning disability. A tool that we can use in our classroom to enhance the classroom is Tween Tribune. This is an article-based website put on by the Smithsonian Institute, and it contains it contains articles that students can use to read to keep up with current events or scientific articles, things like that. So it would be an excellent tool to use in your social studies class or in your science class. The amazing thing about Tween Tribune is that you can format each article to fit your students' learning levels. I'm going to show you how in the next slide. Here you can see 3 different images that are included from Tween Tribune. The first one on the right, those are different articles that our students could look at and read to keep up with current events, or a lot of science articles are included in this website. If you look in the blue bar at the top, you can see where it has different grade levels. That is where you can change each article to fit your student's reading level. So if you're working with a student in Tier 1, where maybe they're excelling in their reading comprehension, you could maybe choose an article that will format an article that would have a bit higher of a learning level, reading level for that student, or vice versa. If you have a student who has difficulty with reading comprehension, you could choose something that would be a little easier for them. You can see in the image on the right, this is some resources for teachers on this website. So you can see lesson plans. There's also articles there for the teachers. Another tool in the image in the bottom is that you can create classrooms on Tween Tribune. So I made my own account and I created a classroom, and that image right there is lists of students' names. And then I went ahead and I assigned them an article to read. I chose Spotted in Kenya, a baby zebra with polka dots. So it's just about a zebra that they found in Kenya that had polka dots instead of stripes. And that would be something really interesting for the students to read about. And it kind of gives some of the reasonings why that zebra had polka dots instead of stripes. Once the students have read it, they can take a short quiz or write a short summary on that article so that you know that they did it, and you can kind of gauge their reading comprehension on how well they do. The second technique that we're going to look at is extension. And you can see in the image that I included that there's an extension bridge there. Why a bridge? Because extension is creating a bridge between the classroom and everyday life events. There's our simple definition: bridge is learning to life. So 3 questions that we can ask when we're incorporating technology to determine if a tool extends the classroom. First, does it give opportunities to learn outside the classroom? Is your extension tool a tool that students can use at home or when they're out and about, maybe grocery shopping with their mom? Is it something that they can learn to connect the classroom learning with things that they might encounter in their everyday life? The second question is, does it build a bridge between school learning and everyday life? Does this technology help them make connections between what they see in life and what they experience in the classroom? The third question is, does it help build skills that can be used in everyday life? This is what we consider getting these students college and career ready. So does this tool enable them to do that? Does it give them communication skills or adapting skills, flexibility, things like that, things that they need to have, skills that they need to build in order to be successful in their life? A really good tool for extension is Goose Chase. I absolutely loved this tool, and I would highly recommend you incorporate in your classroom. Goose Chase kind of indicates from the title of the website, is a scavenger hunt website. So you can get on there and create your own scavenger hunts for your class. I've included here some images from Goose Chase from the scavenger hunts that I actually created. So you can see in the top image on the right, those are 2 different scavenger hunts that I created. The Watertown Walk one at the bottom is actually one that I personally created. I designed the own tasks in the scavenger hunt. The one on top is actually one that the website had already created. The amazing thing about this website is that they have scavenger hunts already created, and you can download them, and then you can go ahead and edit them to fit exactly in your classroom. So this one, for example, Biology Zoo Trip, it's designed for a specific zoo, but however, depending on your area, if your class takes a field trip to a zoo, you can go ahead and see exactly what those students are going to see at that zoo and edit this scavenger hunt so that as they go through the zoo, the tasks are formatted exactly to what they're going to see, what kind of animals they're going to see. And then they can go ahead, they can post a picture, or they can answer 3 questions about what they're seeing, or they can write a quick summary about what they see. So if they go see the tigers, they can post a picture of themselves with the tigers, and then you know they completed the task. In the image on the left, image on the right, there are some, I opened up the Watertown Walk, and those are some of the tasks that I created. So the first one, snap a picture or a video of dominoes falling. So the students would, if they're at home in Watertown, they created a video of 20 dominoes falling. In the second image, giant chair outside of the Watertown Library, there's a giant chair, and all they needed to do was take a picture of this giant chair and upload it. And then you can see at the image in the bottom, there's a lovely picture of me, and this is actually the activity feed. So as students are posting, you as the teacher are seeing everything that they're uploading into the classroom. Into the activity feed, so you know when they're competing it. And it's public, so the other students can see exactly what's happening. And it's like a competition. They can compete with each other. So we can see that enhancement and extension are both really important tools, and here are some amazing tools that you can use in your classroom. These are 2, Goose Chase and Tween Tribune. You could use them in your classroom all the time if you like, and they're very interactive, exciting tools, and I would highly recommend them for your classroom.